with the Punisher.
What's up, man?
Paul Kroll, what's up, Paul?
Chilling, you know, I'm fucking in 168 something now.
Paul, you crazy as cat shit. You fight 154 in the pros, you started your career off at 47. I just seen you fight a fucking light heavyweight, man.
Listen, it was either we had to fill the spot or I wasn't fighting. Fuck it, nigga. I can fight one round, we gonna get it busy, and I whoop his ass.
All right, so you won 2-0. It seems like you're always comfortable fighting these taller guys. Why?
I can fight these guys 6'4", 6'5", 6'3", 6'1" is normal to me since the amateur. You know, I fought 65. Shit, I fought 78 amateur once.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm used to the tall guys.
How did you neutralize it?
Jab, staying low, popping the jab, staying busy with my jab, try to out-jab. Even if I ain't hitting them, out-jab them, and they slow. So when I see they one time, once they throw their jab, I come over top. Because the orange wasn't that long, so I already knew I could come right over top. We were jabbing each other at the same time, and mine was landing cleaner. I'm like, oh, all right, I can come over top of that shit.
Do you think the jab helped set up the overhand? You rocked him with like 3 or 4 of those.
All day. That's the aim.
The bomb your interview. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Build up your smoke. Can they repeat? First team in PCL.
Yes, we can.
2 consecutive finals in a row. Let's see if they get it done. What you guys do
We're
best?
gonna get it done.
Yo, were you one of the big free agent signings? Undefeated junior middleweight, former Olympian?
Yes, I was. I started off rocky because I was trying to fight in this joint. And then I said, let me go ahead and start boxing. I started boxing, this shit got easy.
Paul, you've been a 10-round fighter
for like 7 fights.
So yeah, just 7 fights. Was that the biggest adjustment? You're used to taking your time, breaking the guy down?
Yeah. The first 5 fights, I just came out trying to rumble. Like, fuck one round, I don't even care. You know, I made some little hiccups, looking bad. After that, I said, man, fuck that, I'm going to box. I'm going to let them come to me make a mistake. And you see what happened after that, I started cooking shit.
Yeah. Is it a factor you fighting well above your weight?
Huh?
I said, is that a factor? You fighting well above your weight?
I'm just having fun right now, so I can get something, because nobody want to fight me. Everybody turn me down. Jalil Hackett turn me down. He probably don't turn me down, but his team, I put a fight him a couple times. I'm just trying to get a fight. Nobody want to fight me.
There was a rumor that you and Pete Dobson
he turned me down. He wanted too much money on the local card. I would have still gave it to him, but, you know, hopefully, you know, he said he want to fight, but then they want to fight. When the fights come, they don't want to fight. I just looking for opportunity. I fight anybody at 154, even 160. I don't give a fuck, nigga. I'm trying to rumble. I feel like my 20s, they wasted my 20s because this political shit with boxing. I'm 30 now. Look, man, I'm trying to rumble the best. Trying to rumble, get paid, get the fuck out of this game.
If your next 5 fights go perfectly, you can get everybody that you want in the ring. Who would your next 5 be?
Next 5, every world champion at 154.
And then at your 5th, going up to 60?
Going right up to 60 for world title shot. And then I'm fucking done. I'm out. By the time 20, I told you, if it was my way, 20 fights, I'd have been undisputed already. I got 6 more. Hopefully I can do it. I ain't know it ain't going to happen, though. They ain't going to let it. You know, but I got 60 more years on probation. That's all they got in me in boxing, man. I'm done after that. Be with my family, my kids.
How do you want to go out?
I'm going to go out undefeated still. It don't matter. And I want to fight the best. Like I've been trying to always fight the best. I just want to fight, but so I can stay active, I'm going to always do TCL in between until something come up so I can stay active. But I love that because TCL actually helped me get back active. I fell back in love with the sport. You know, I'm living better. Like, I always go to the gym, train 24/7, but I'm actually looking forward to fighting again. Like, I look forward to it. I was just fighting because I put too much time in not to do it.
Are you currently a free agent, management-wise and promotion-wise?
Yeah, management and promotion. My dad, I just tell everybody to talk to my dad. You know what I mean? I don't trust nobody in this boxing game. I trust my pop, talk to my pop, we make something happen.
All right, so, Paul, you know I got to ask you about fights.
Yeah.
Sparring partner of yours, Brian Norman Jr., going against Devin Haney. How you see that fight going?
I think Norman will. I don't really know. I'm going to be real. Devin can box. It depends what fight Devin fight that's going to tell the difference. Devin got to fight a disciplined fight. He can't let the crowd, like with the social media, he got to box, use his jab. Because I think Devin is the better boxer. he got to pick and choose his times when he want to fight. Because if going to a fight, going to break out in the boxing at the end of the day, the fight. But he got to fight when he wants to. Dictate the pace, use his jab, don't get caught in exchanges early, feints, change his levels, just put on what he do. When he put on a master boxing lesson, that's all it is. Even his last fight, people upset his last fight. At the end of the day, sometimes, man, you gotta do what you gotta do to win. It ain't about making the fans happy. All I gotta do is win. Some fights ain't gonna be good, some ain't. All I get the job done.
When do you have to get your respect?
Who, me or?
No, like as a fighter, when do you have to get? You go in there with a bigger puncher. When do you got to get your respect?
You just gotta do you, really. Like you gonna get your. If he, I feel like if he box how he supposed to, he gonna earn the respect because he can make him fall in the traps. Like most fighters, big punchers and stuff, they get caught up in it a little bit. Like people, I think power overrated in boxing. Everybody think they're a puncher. A lot of people can punch with 8-ounce gloves, man. Like. Even it ain't gotta be a hard shot, so a lot of punchers think, I can punch, but you gotta land one. No, you gotta let him go. Now, I don't just think Norman is a puncher too. I think he can box, he athletic, so I think he do hold other little tangibles with him that can give Devin problems. But I just think if Devin fight the right fight and make it a boxing match, he should win a decision.
Former sparring partner of yours, Brian Norman Jr., facing Devin Haney. It's a fight a lot of people are excited about. Mm-hmm. You've been in the ring with him. You ever sparred Dev?
No, I never sparred Dev.
Okay. Who has the edge in that fight?
I feel like Devin Haney got the edge in that fight. I mean, B Norm, I don't know. Sparring and fighting is totally different, so I can't even say B Norm don't got power, but I didn't feel his power. But with Eights on, it's probably a different story, so I don't know.
He's looked at as one of the biggest punchers, if not the biggest puncher now that Geronis left 147 pounds.
Yeah.
People have accused Dev of being chinny at the lower weights. He's never been stopped before, so I can't label him as chinny. Is that going to be the deciding factor in this fight?
I can't see Brian Norman knocking out Devin Haney. I think Devin Haney too smart. He going to stay on his feet. I don't think he's going to be there, and B Norman ain't going to be able to cut the ring. That's just my opinion.
So how does Dev, is that the way to beat him? Yeah. Stabbing, keeping him off balance, angles?
A jab in his face, moving on his feet.
How were you able to have success against him? Those same things?
With B Norm sparring? Yeah. Well, I don't know. I was walking him down. I was playing around when I was sparring Brian Norman, honestly. I was off the couch just having fun. I was walking to him. Sometimes I would box him. It didn't really matter.
Is there a point in this fight where Devin needs to step to him and getting his respect, or just box him the whole 12 rounds?
It's all up to Devin Haney. If he feel like he want to prove himself and he want to prove to the fans, but it's not. I mean, it is about the fans and giving them what they want to see. But at the end of the day, it's his career, it's his life. So he gonna have to deal with it, not the fans. So if I was him, I would just box, stay on my toes, and get the win.
You say if you was him, right?
Yeah.
Quad, I've never seen you box 12 rounds.
Oh, yeah. Me personally, I ain't doing that. Me personally,
but you would say if you was Devin.
Yeah, if I was Devin.
Okay. All right, final prediction for that fight.
Devin Haney, majority decision.
Majority decision? Competitive fight?
Competitive fight.
I know after the fight, got a chance to talk to him a little bit. And, he was giving you a lot of credit for being a tough guy, a really good fighter. And I know maybe like a few weeks after the fight or so, he was just like, he wants to see you fight Brian Norman. He was just like, that'll be like a really great fight. Is that a guy that you're like looking for, or is there like other guy that won 47 where you're just like, yeah, let me see if I get this guy?
In my career, what's the toughest for me? It was like inactivity. I always remember that 2 years with Virgil, then it was like I got fight with Maestre, and after Maestre I got 1 year layoff again, and then the fight with Ennis. If you want to be successful in the sport, you have to be active, and I want to be active. That's the thing. I'm not injured, I'm not this and that. I want just fight, but I can't get fights because I don't know, of recognition of the name or some other stuff. I was just lost. I want to do my job, and I'm healthy, and I'm training every single day. I'm pushing myself most of the time when I go to the fights, I'm overtrained. I don't feel good because I train so much, so hard. I want to leave everything in the gym, but that's not a good thing. That's what I learned. I knew this can happen for me because I'm not the guy where you need to push. It's I need coach to pull me back sometimes, because I think I do too much. So I'll fight anybody, but I don't know. I just want to be active. It's like I know I took a step back and it's not I'm going to fight for a title straight away. So that's what they took this fight in Lithuania, and we'll see what's next.
Do you think, do you even look at a guy like Brian Norman, or is it kind of hard to look at him just from the standpoint of he's fighting Devin Haney? So maybe it's just like Devin might beat him, so it doesn't really make sense to talk about Brian Norman. Like, how do you kind of view that?
I don't know. I'll fight like anybody. Brian Norman or Devin Haney or Ryan Garcia or I don't know who's more. Conor Ben, who it's like who wants to fight? I'll fight. Like I'm easy to find. Just make a call and I'll go to fight. Of course, everything has to make sense, but I sparred, a lot of tough guys. Even Devin Haney, I sparred with Devin Haney,
Mm.
so it's not an issue for me.
So who do you kind of have winning that fight between Brian Norman and Devin Haney?
I don't know because of the last fight, Ryan Garcia, when he dropped him, and then when he fought Jose Ramirez,
Yeah.
I don't even know. Like I don't have prediction for that fight.
You just said that you took a step back with your fight against Stanionis, but in the ring rankings, you're still ranked number two as the second best welterweight. Brian Norman is number one, and all the other champions are like behind you, like Rolly, Mario Barrios, like all of these guys are kind of behind you. So, even though you're saying that you took a step back, the ball's still kind of in your court to a certain extent where you could still like call like certain guys out and get like big time matchups. Like, is there a certain guy that you're just like, I want to fight this guy? Do you want to shoot for a champion like Barrios, or are you just like, let me go like a little slower and maybe fight like a Giovanni Santillan, Alexis Rocha? Like, what's the route that you want to take?
No, no, I don't want to get like easy fights. I want like to go straight. Like Mario Barrios will be the best, WBC title and fighting him. That's my dream. I want to get that belt, and I will fight him like anytime, if they will offer me. And of course, WBA want to get that back. So we'll see what's going on, what they will offer. I'm going to have a call upcoming week with my team, and we'll see where we are going.
Do you think highly of Mario Barrios, and do you think that he beat Manny Pacquiao when they fought a couple weeks ago, a month ago, something like
Yeah, yeah, like month ago. Honestly, I haven't seen the fight. I saw only on Twitter. Sometimes I go. I like Twitter because X now, so
that?
because all the news is over there. In Europe we don't have X and Twitter. They're
Mhm.
not using it. But if I want to see some news about fighting or other stuff, I go to X.
Yeah.
So I saw that it was like close fight. Somebody gave Manny, somebody gave Mario Barrios, but before the fight. I told like I'm very bad at predictions. I was thinking in my mind that Manny Pacquiao, how many years he haven't fought? How old is he?
47 now, I believe,
Exactly. It's like
or 43, something like that. I don't know.
Mario Barrios should win easy.
Yeah.
It's like normal, It's the age and everything. I know he's tough. He has experience everything, but the father time catches up.
Yeah. Do you look at Manny Pacquiao and you're just like, because he just announced that he's going to fight again in January. Do you kind of look at him and you're just like, well, I know he's a little bit older, but he's already in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
He's a legend. He is in my weight class. You know what? If I can get a Manny Pacquiao fight, I'm down for it.
It doesn't make sense for him, For me, makes sense, but for him, no. I think he's going to fight Rolly.
Mhm.
I think so. It makes sense for both of them. We'll see. It's you never know. Somebody gets injured, and they call me, and then I'll jump on the plane and go do some sprints, and I'll be ready.
I just want to kind of circle back real quick to what you just said about like sometimes you feel like you might be like overtraining a little bit because you just have like some of the worst luck in the world. But does it kind of make you look at your team a little bit and say, not to be like harsh, but like,
Yeah.
sometimes you guys probably need to like save me from myself. You guys know I'm going 100 miles an hour like 6 months straight. Like sometimes I need somebody to be like, yo, chill out today. Like, do you kind of look at them and try to tell them that?
Yeah, yeah. I have also, master's degree in sports training, so
Yeah.
now I know my body, and now I think I'm old enough to understand what I need to do. It's like sometimes, when you are younger, you take day off and you panic. I took day off and I haven't trained. I'm like, somebody's training,
Yeah.
these things. But now I know if I'll go to the training, I never go to training just to easy to train. I always go and do my maximum. I have to go to training. It's like, honestly, I think day before, if I have hard training, I think about training, what I need to do, how much I need to push. I always try to go to more than a limit, what I can, do.
Yeah.
So I understand. So that's why even I took this fight in Lithuania, because I told I love my fans. Everybody came, show support, and I needed this fight because it was a lot. It was the fight, the fit, and the kid. It's like a lot of stress even before the waiting. I was like, my mind was just crazy, and I was getting crazy, and I hated the sport. I love it and I hate it, but
Yeah.
at some point I was like, I don't know what I want to do. It's like, it's just my nerves, my mentality, not mentality, just like how I felt. Like I was just frustrated of everything. I was angry about everything. I hated everything, and I didn't. I'm like happy man. I'm not like that, angry guy. So that's I needed to fix my head first, to be with myself, take little bit time off, think about my future. Now guess what? I'm back.
Fellow Georgia boy, Brian Norman Jr., Devin Haney.
Right.
I think it's going to be in November, right? Devin stepping up his third division. Brian Norman's fighting is arguably his toughest fight on paper. What you think of that?
That's a great fight. Definitely curious to see what's the outcome going to be. To me, I feel like it's 50-50 because just based off Devin last performance, you only get your last performance. And with Brian last performance, you only get your last performance. So with him having a crazy knockout and him putting on a moving match, that's kind of like, this is like the opposites. They say opposites attract though.
Yeah.
So you got a puncher and then you got a mover. So it's just like whoever win the battle. Like, can he keep him off of him, and can he keep him off of him? So that's how I feel.
You got one side feeling like, Brian's just been putting belt to ass last three opponents, and then he parks Jin Sasaki, puts him on a milk cart. Devin is coming off of what people consider a lackluster performance, and then you got the Ryan Garcia no contest. Everybody's feeling like all the momentum is pushing into Brian's way.
For sure.
Right? But then you got also a certain set of people that feel like Brian's never been with anybody as fast as Dev, with the IQ, with the experience level. Right? Which do you lean towards? The experience, the IQ, or Brian with all the momentum?
I would definitely lean towards the IQ, but it's just Devin that performance with Ryan. He got that chin. That's the only thing that really question it. It's like if he do get touched, like once you get dropped a couple times like that, it's kind of like somebody they open up something that a lot of people ain't see. So that kind of got me curious. But I'll go with the mover though, cause it's gonna be hard to catch him. It's gonna be hard, and he have been in there. Brian's just getting his feet wet. He just he had the world title fight. And then he had two defenses, but like his defense was too many knowable, like that were crazy opponents like that. But a lot of people knew about, and they had like a crazy resume. So, with Devin been in there with Cambosa, 2 undisputed fights, been in there with Ryan Garcia. He fought
he done been around and fought some great fighters. So I will go with, I don't know. It's crazy. I'm curious to see. I don't want to say.
Bro, I got a 50-50. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I got a 50-50. It just depends. I can't say Brian, because he touched him, it's over with, but he got to touch him, though. And that's going to be hard. Like, he put on a very, very moving. It's hard. Like, you know, I box, so I know when you got a mover that's not trying to engage, like, that make the fight hard. And it's just a lot of people not thinking. It's not just him moving. It's Brian getting frustrated. Is he going to get frustrated in the fight and be like, this mother will not stay still, you know? Then you get frustrated and then you start
overextending and then possibly get caught with something?
Caught with something or something like that. So, you know. But then you got well, Devin, he already a big boy, so him coming up ain't nothing too crazy either.
Next week, sparring partner yours, Brian Norman Jr., Devin Haney. I know it's something that we've talked about for like the last 3 fucking months, but it like kind of like crept up, like it seemed like it was closer. Kind of forgot about it, now it crept up on us, and now you've seen the workout videos and the trash talk. Do you look at this fight any different than you looked at it before? Now looking at Dev, looking at Brian workout.
I give Brian more of a chance. Brian, he's all business. When, you know, I'm sure it's part of his contract where you gotta like do like the whole promoting shit. And they're asking him about, you know, the whole, what's his name, dress attire, Devin's younger. And he's like, bro, I don't give a fuck about that dress attire, man. I'm gonna beat the shit out of whatever he said. I don't know, bro. Like, I'll probably leaning more towards Brian Norman now.
I got Devin. I got Devin outboxing the shit out of him.
He could.
He will.
He could.
I got Devin.
Brian could punch. He really could punch.
But you need more than just a punch to beat Devin.
What?
You need more than just a punch to beat Devin.
I
think Devin learned from the whole Ryan Garcia thing.
Yeah.
That's out the window. I think Devin gonna box the shit out of him.
I wouldn't be surprised. I think the level. But levels matter. Like Devin's fought at that high level a million of times. You know what I mean? Brian Norman, he had to go through life and death to win his world title interim, but then he got elevated. But you know what I mean? And then who did he beat? Derek Cuevas. I used to beat Derek Cuevas at TKO. So it's a level thing. I think the level will get him. You know what I'm saying?
Now you went in the ring with him. You said he can punch, and you kind of like highlighted that.
Yeah.
But you just said he's slow.
Yeah.
Like, is it going to be slow where he can't get to Devin, and it's like that's going to be the deciding factor, or is it he's just not a fast, twitchy fighter?
His reaction time is not fast enough for Devin.
Agree.
But his reaction time is too slow for Devin.
Agree. But I do think if there's any trouble, it's he ain't gonna be able to get to him.
And Brian Norman only exists because he got this little title that he got. But once he loses this title, who is he? Can he sell? Can he sell in his hometown?
I mean, we don't know because Top Rank never gave him a fucking opportunity to, though. Is that more so him or is it that them? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, isn't it customary that you give a fucking hometown fight to a dude after winning the world title and not put him on a fucking woman's undercard, respectfully?
Yo, speaking of women's undercard, Michaela Mayer, I actually really for the first time ever watched her fight when she was fought in Canada.
Yeah, it's almost.
Yo, son, she beat the shit out of that girl. That lady was like 40-something years old, but Michaela Mayer is she's a fucking rough bitch. You're like, woo, she can really fucking fight. She beat the shit out of her. I became a fan. Her boyfriend or ex, the football player, whatever, he was with us when we was in Arizona, when I was in camp with Jesus Ramos, and he was with us at this fight. You know, good folk. Caitlin she could rumble. But yeah, no, I think I'm still probably favoring Devin to win. But I'm rocking with Brian Norman though. I'm rocking with Brian because of mainly Jolene and AC. Adrian and Jolene, their management. You know what I mean? I fuck with them heavy, so I like Brian. Brian's cool. They, when they were at the gym. You know what I mean? So
got Devin.
Reg, physically speaking, do you think Devin grew into 147 pounds, seeing the pictures, seeing the workouts?
Yeah, it looked like it.
I'm gonna say yeah because my man Slav, my former strength and conditioning, he worked with me a couple fights. Slav's I've been working with him, and Slav does some outrageous Ukrainian shit. So, yeah.
He just got racial just now. Did you peep that?
Nah,
What was that about?
nah. Slav's a fucking savage.
Yeah, but why do you have to bring in the Ukrainian shit? What's the...
Because, bro, like,
I'm fucking
look
with
at two of hold on. Look at two of the top 10 fighters of the world in pound for pound throughout the last decade. Lomachenko and fucking Usyk, right? Bro,
Yeah.
they're Ukrainian.
Is that his fighters?
What? No.
Okay.
No. But no, the way they train, the shit that, you know what I mean, that they do.
They be doing some crazy. And the boy, he nice, because he was here. He
Slav,
nice.
yeah.
Yeah, he nice.
Cause Kurt Scooby's dude.
Okay. All right, so can Devin only win by decision, or could that possibly be a stoppage?
Oh hell no, decision only.
Decision.
Yeah,
I
decision
definitely
only.
decision.
I definitely don't.
I think Devin is too smart to stand in and try to trade.
And I only think Brian wins by knockout though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I only think Brian wins by knockout.
That's his only chance by knockout, not boxing.
Where does each fighter go with a victory and a loss? Like if Devin wins, where does he go? And then if Devin loses, where does he go?
Devin wins, he stays where he is. If he loses,
Yeah, I mean, Dev, they always find a way.
yeah.
They always find a way. Devin's always in. It also depends how the fight goes, right? He always finds a way to bounce back. Brian Norman, man, I think he'll be one of those. If he loses, yeah, man, he might be like a comeback fight for like Conor Benn. That's a good. I mean,
I like that fight.
maybe maybe a comeback fight for Conor Benn if he loses to Eubank. Conor Benn's not going to go into a world title fight or a big meaningful fight coming off of 2 losses. He's just not.
If Brian Norman loses to Devin Haney, you saying he'd come back and fight Conor Benn?
Why not?
Conor Benn will smoke him.
Didn't I just say a comeback fight for Conor Benn?
That's about a 1 or 2 round fight.
Damn, yeah?
Yes.
I don't know.
I don't know about that, Reg.
Because let's also look to see how.
Conor Benn beats the shit out of Brian.
Okay, but let's see how.
I'm talking about without even trying.
All right,
Easy.
fair. Okay, that's cute.
Conor Benn can fucking punch. We talking about.
Oh,
maybe-
bro, could he punch though?
Who Conor Benn?
Hold
Hold on. He might not have crazy powerful elite fighters, but Brian Norman is not an elite fighter.
Did he have crazy power for Pete Dobson?
No. But can Pete Dobson? Can Brian Norman beat Pete Dobson?
Yeah.
You out of your fucking mind.
Yeah, I mean, Pete, that's my guy. Shout out to people like, yeah, I'm gonna treat
Yo,
Brian Norman over.
you treat Reg, you treating Brian like he a lemon.
Right.
He's not a lemon, but I don't think he's that good.
Okay.
Is he a lime then?
He might be. He's a.
He got to be more than a lime, right?
Was he a pear?
It might be a tangerine.
A coconut?
It might be a tangerine. It might be a tangerine. It might be a tangerine. But
You don't think Brian against Conor Benn's a good draw? I think it is.
for Conor Benn, it's a layup.
I don't think.
I can't. I don't know.
So I also think it also depends on the second Eubank fight, bro.
I don't give a fuck if it's a third Eubank fight. Brian Norman can't beat no fucking whatchamacallit?
Conor Benn.
Conor Benn.
I think that's a good fight.
Really good fight, bro. I think it's a really good fight that I might
It might be a good payday for Brian Norman, but that's it.
Massive fight, massive. Hey, Flake, you've been in there with him. What do you feel like is an underrated quality or ability that we haven't seen or we don't know about?
You haven't had it. Everything else is
So it's the power.
Yeah. From what by the way, that was like 2-3 years ago. How long ago was that? 2 years ago?
Yeah.
How long ago? Yeah, it was like 2 years
about
ago.
2-3 years ago.
Yeah, so like, yeah, I mean, you know, that was before he became champ and all that good shit. You know what I mean? That the mindset might have changed or whatever. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I just remember him being really strong, but slow on his feet, slow with his punches. He ain't no bitch though. He's a hard worker. You know what I mean? He definitely work hard. He don't cut no angles.
Now, Ty, you know I got to ask you boxing questions, right? Your division, and this actually is going to directly affect you because it's two guys that you could end up seeing down the road. This Saturday, Devin Haney, Brian Norman Jr. For the WBO. You ranked
this week?
Yeah, that's this weekend. Yeah, you ranked in WBA, of course. You sparred Brian Norman. I don't think you've ever shared the ring with Dev, though.
No. I had a couple opportunities. We couldn't make it out there for a couple times.
Okay. What's your thoughts at the fight? Like, how were you looking at it?
I'm not gonna lie. It's a 50-50 fight. You can't really give it to nobody. You know, Norman got the power. Haney got the wit. You know what I'm saying? Like, Haney stay away. Norman come forward. It's like you really gotta account for both sides. I don't wanna. You can't really say nothing.
Yo, it seems like you got guys that'll be like, okay, like Norman's definitely gonna knock him out, and then you got guys that's like, oh, Dev's gonna outbox him. I feel like this is one of these fights where I'm like,
Anything like this can change the fight. You know what I'm saying? Because we know what Devin gonna do. We know what Norman gonna do. It's just how they gonna react to each other. You know what I'm saying? That's how we already know. When you see fighters fight, we already know how the fighter's gonna fight. It's hard for a fighter to change their style and one can't. So we know what both fighters we looking at. Now we gotta see how they gonna react with each other.
That's how you the puncher, but you also the dude with the jab. So like, how if you're Norman, what does Norman have to do to be successful against that?
I feel like it's more so. I don't feel like he should put the pressure. The thing about Dev is Dev be looking for the pressure because Dev want to move. So, especially if you know you're a puncher. You know what I'm saying? Dev want to move. So, Norman got to either hang back and don't give Devin the energy, don't initiate with him to run, or he can go straight to him and put the pressure. There's two ways you can go about it. Because you can cut the ring. Somebody who want to run, you can cut the ring off. Or you can chill back and not give him nothing to run from. Whatever he want to do. Him and his pop, they're going to figure it out.
Now with Dev, like you said, we all know Dev going to box, right? But is there a point in time where Dev has to get his respect?
For sure. Because Norman, Norman like to get in there and rip. So Devin got to... It's gonna be a little encounter. They in the corner. It's gonna be a little. They gonna mix it up a little bit. You know what I mean? Devin might get a good one. Devin might get caught with a good one. Norman might get a good one. Norman might get caught with a good one. We gonna see. I ain't gonna lie. You just reminded me. I'm excited for it now. I really want to see it through the Mason.
Oh yeah,
Ain't Bam on there too?
Yeah, Bam's on. Bro, that card loaded.
Yeah, I want to see Bam.
Now, are you looking as a boxing fan, or are you looking like, all right, let me see what this dude do, let me see what that dude do, I can take advantage of that, okay.
I'm looking at a boxing fan, man. I ain't know about these dudes. I'm going to see y'all. I'll be the watcher for now.
All right, like you said, you've been in there with Norman. Is there something that he possesses that people aren't giving him credit for? So everybody talks about, the punch. But is there anything else that Dev that could surprise him?
I think he more of a boxer than some people give him credit for. Everybody say he just a straight puncher. He went in there and with a couple hard hitting dudes and ain't get the knockout in one. So you gotta give him some type of credit. And I actually think I don't know what's up with Haney for real. Because people be up and down with Haney. 1 minute they be on his gat, and next minute they, you know what I'm saying? After that loss with Ryan, they start going all over with that.
Facts. Did that teach you something about boxing?
The fans?
Yeah.
No, they taught me that a while ago. You know what I'm saying? I heard Tank say it a while ago. You know what I mean? Fans will love you as soon as you. Tank ain't even lose. Look how this, man.
Yeah.
they doing Tank? Tank ain't even lose.
Bro, I seen dudes get shit off of W's, and it's like, yo, what the fuck?
Feel me?
Niggas got knockouts.
So
And
it's, it's like you really can't even. That's why you really. Sometimes I wish fans would just. I understand everybody got an opinion. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes fans really gotta stay in fans' place. For real.
How much like don't we know?
Fans?
As fans, like how much don't we know? Of course we watch it on TV, we watch the YouTube, but how much don't we know?
They don't especially, some boxers are more documented. Me, I'm a little more private. I don't really like cameras.
Yeah, I gotta force you.
Yeah, I don't really like cameras and stuff. So me, they don't see you training 2-3 times a day, eating this much food, gonna go run up early, sparring 3 times. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They don't get that. Knees, your knees, feet breaking down from running on the road. They don't see that. You know what I'm saying? So they just want to see action. So, like Gabby Rosado said, boxing don't love nobody. At the end of the day, it's gonna chew you up, spit you out. So get what you're gonna get. That's why I wasn't mad at Tank for that. Jake Paul. A lot of people was mad at him for that. I'm like, man, get your money and get up out of here.
How you gonna get I feel like as fans sometimes we can be selfish, but the reality is, who gonna say no to that kind of money? No, but like we men. At the end of the day, what you say in the
You can
last
literally find one of them fans that's like, oh, he nutty. Da, da, da. I guarantee you, offering them that money, they gonna say, where I saw that?
Oh, legacy and bro, all that shit's good. These bills, these kids don't eat legacy.
At all.
And these motherfuckers grow like weeds.
What he said in Belly? He said, shorty can't eat no books, man.
Seriously.
For real.
So did that, like, seeing Tank go through that, seeing, Boots caught his backlash, did that, like, kind of, like, shape your mind, like, okay, this is what I had to do?
I'm different, man. I don't know. I don't pay attention to nobody. Like, I'm barely on social media. Like, so I'm not really seeing too much. And I don't really play with the internet too much. So, I don't know. I hope everybody just leave me alone, man. Just let me box and just be fans. Don't chop me outside. No, let's just be happy in boxing, man.
In a perfect world, I hope it's the case. But looking at, like, internet and YouTube channels, All right, Kwa. Big fight this weekend. Mm-hmm. You could end up seeing either fighter down the road because you had 147 pounds. You got Devin Haney and Brian Norman Jr.
Yeah.
Right? You spar, Brian. Have you ever sparred Dev?
Nah.
All right, so what's your thoughts on the fight?
I think it's going to be a good competitive fight. A lot of people be saying I'm biased because they think I got a vendetta against Brian Norman. Like, I just don't like him. I mean, he a cool person, but me, honestly, I think it's levels, and it's going to show. I think Devin Haney's just going to outbox him and be the superior boxer. I think it's going to be a good competitive fight, though. But I got Devin Haney unanimous.
Now, I got people saying that Brian's going to knock Dev out. I got people saying that Dev's going to clearly outbox him. Like you, I think it's going to be a really, really competitive fight. Yeah. What are you seeing that Dev could capitalize on?
It's just he got good feet. I don't think Brian Norman going to be able to cut the ring, land them big shots that he want to land on Dev. I just don't see it happening. It could happen, but I don't see it happening.
What's the keys to Dev's victory?
A great jab, good feet. He don't got to sit in there with Brian Norman. I mean, it's hard to say because, I don't know. Dev, he got gunshot. Well, they were saying he got gunshot, but I think he was just being a smart boxer. If he don't got to take punches, don't take them. So I feel like that's what he going to do with Brian Norman. If you don't got to be there for the shots, don't be there. Get in and get out.
Now, is there a particular time that he has to step to Brian or just box?
Maybe. You never know. If Brian Norman hitting with some hot shit, he might got put his foot down and show Brian Norman some shit. But if that don't happen, he could easily outbox him the whole time.
Now, as far as Brian, you the puncher. You also jab though.
Yeah.
Well, all right. So you, as the puncher, going in there with somebody who you know is faster than you, has a high IQ, is going to box.
Yeah.
How do you approach that?
I feel like you just got to keep constant pressure on him, but you also got to think you can't just come reckless. So I feel like Brian Norman, for him to win, he's going to have to throw a lot of jabs, cut the ring, touch the body.
You think that's a mistake that come forward pressure fighters make, is they don't jab when walking forward?
Yeah, for sure. They just try to come in with the shots that they know they land, like his left hook. Brian Norman, he probably gonna try to land that left. I don't know. He a smart dude, so I feel like Brian Norman, he got a game plan. We probably gonna see a different Brian Norman. Who knows?
Now everybody talks about Brian's power, right?
Yeah.
Is he one of the bigger punches that you ever been in a ring with?
Nah. Me personally, I didn't feel his power.
Okay.
Me personally.
All right.
It's sparring though. We got on 16s and headgear. With 8s, he might punch a little different.
Facts. Is there another quality that people may not see in regards to Brian?
That Brian Norman
Yeah,
has?
I talked to Bo Kachika. Bo Kachika kind of sees him more as a technical fighter.
I mean,
than
he's
a
pretty
puncher.
technical. Yeah. I feel like he tried to be technical. Yeah.
Is he faster and more athletic than what people give him credit for?
Yeah, I think so.
Now,
Yeah, he definitely faster and more like he's smarter than people probably think.
Now, if you had to lay money on the wood, how does this fight end?
I lay my money on Devin Haney, majority or unanimous decision.
How important is the stab to the body in this fight?
For who, Brian Norman or Devin Haney?
Both.
I feel like it's very important. Without a jab, the fight, you could throw the whole fight without a good jab.
Would you be surprised if it went stoppage either way?
Nah. I can see it. Nah, I really can't see. I don't know. I don't think I can see Dev stopping Norman, but I can see Norman stopping Dev.
You look forward to facing the winner in the future?
For sure.
To 168, bro. You
Facts.
30, you 37, you 36, 37, 168. It's probably some stuff that could be made there. You know what I'm saying? It's shit. Who you with? You with box? I mean, it's fights over there to be made. They love the UK loves their boxing. There's fights for him over there at 158. So he only ain't got in his career right now. He could probably collect some cash a few more times, and then ride off to the sunset if that's what he wants.
I wouldn't mind to see Caleb Plant, Charlo, Berlanga. I wouldn't mind seeing those fights.
Oh, yeah, all those. Those are good. Those are good fights to have. Especially, I think him and Caleb, they have some interesting press conferences too. So that's the thing. And Charlo needs somebody with a good name to kind of get back with. You know what I mean? He fought Cornflake, and since then, and that was his first fight in years. So man, go to 68, man. Go get you some money.
Salute to my man BVO. My man says, I would love to see King Virgil get a fight. People keep ducking him. He's trying to troll today. I got you. All right, BVO. Lead the trolling for your channel, BVO. Lead the trolling for your channel. All right, Mike. I don't know if you're content on staying at 54, because I know last time we talked, you was like at 47, if some fights opened up at 47, you would jump on that. If fights open at 54, you would jump on that. Sparring partner of yours, this is their fight week. Brian Norman Jr., Devin Haney.
Mm-hmm.
How you feel about that one?
I just did an interview recently too about that one, but I just said there's a version of Devin Haney. I think it just depends on what Devin Haney shows up. There's a version of Devin Haney that Brian Norman can beat, and there's a version of Devin Haney that would probably give Brian Norman fits. You know what I mean? And when you talk about which one shows up, it's different because Devin's been through a lot of coaches. If you've seen on the socials, he's back with Mickey Bay. I think he's better when he has a coach. We've seen Bill. I don't know if he's an X's and O's guy as far as his coaching. What Bill has done well is put Devin in great positions to work with the best coaches and the biggest names and get big opportunities. That's what you want to like. You manage your son's career or promote your son's career. You've done great. Leave it to leave it to a boxing train. Leave it to a boxing train. Mickey Bay seen Devin and Mickey Bay seen the vibe well. Leave the coaching to him. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I think his Devin having a different coaching is something noteworthy about this fight. Brian Norman, He's riding high off of two big knockouts. You know,
Yeah.
confidence is through the roof. Now I say that so when we talk about the different versions, the Devin Haney that fought Ramirez, I think Norman can beat that one. The Devin Haney that fought Regis, that Devin would give Brian Norman fits. So in that fight, I think like I said, we got to see which Devin shows up. I think it's all based on Devin. To be honest, that fight is all based on Devin and how he shows up. Brian is showing up to do. Brian is showing up. He trusts his coach. He know what he's here to do. He knows he's the underdog. He's not worried about it. Shout out to Brian though. That was funny when he said, "Man, stop biting Floyd's lines. You think you gonna bite Floyd's lines and nobody gonna catch you?" That was funny.
Now, like you said, Brian's known for his power. I think his skills are underrated, or coming off of 3, because he broke Santion down.
Yeah, he gave him the breakdown.
Yeah, he sat Cuevas down and then put Jen Sasaki lights out.
Yeah, I mean, I say with the Santion fight, I think that's honestly a true testament, kind of his punching power. Santion, he can fight. He was coming off of beating Rocha and putting the mitts on Rocha. The Derek Cuevas guy I had never really heard of. Jen Sasaki, they say the story is after that fight he lost 3 months of memory. And I mean, look, you do a knockout like that, you hear that, you take that, you run with it. But to me, the reality of it is, I think Jen Sasaki left a lot in the gym. You know what I mean? If you when you lose and talk about you got hit and you lost 3 months of memory, that wasn't just that fight with Brian. That was who you were probably getting ready with. Maybe some fights before that. Because from what I see from Sasaki, it didn't look like defense was high on his to-do list anyway. Credit to Devin. I said Devin. Credit to Brian Norman. though. He still got the knockout. He did what he was supposed to do. But like I asked around a couple people like, yeah, I sparred Brian. Yeah, that nigga hit hard as shit. Like he can fight. He's athletic. That wasn't the experience I had when I sparred Brian. I didn't feel like he hit me with anything I had never felt before. Like some of the hardest punches I actually got hit with, probably still like the hardest like one punch I kind of felt was probably still Ergashev. Caught me right in the liver. That shit, I'm like, God damn, I got 9 more rounds of this shit.
So, but would you describe Brian as a puncher? Because that's what everybody raves about. His power.
He's a power puncher. I don't know about maybe a knockout punch. Honestly, I think it's more, but I think it's more to do with he's athletic. He's real athletic. He got decent feet under him. He does a lot of things good. Those are good punches. But like I said, when I sparred him, I mean, we had 16-ounce gloves on and things like that. But that's not. I didn't feel nothing crazy from him. You know what I mean? He's a good boxer, though. Can't take nothing from him. But like the power punching he's showing wasn't my experience with him. That's all I can. That's all, most I can say about it.
Mike, if you had to lay money on the wood, who would you go with? Or do you need to see the weigh-in? For me, I'm not gonna have a pick until I see the weigh-in.
I mean, it's all. If I was to bet right now, right this second, I would probably off of ring experience, due to the ring experience and things like that, I would give it. I would probably, if I had to bet, I probably would take Devin. I wouldn't bet no hella money. No hella money on either one. I mean, like I said, it's still Devin has questions that need to be answered still. I mean, Brian Norman's the person that's gonna get those answers out. I mean, I'd say to whatever y'all think of his resume, I can say how Brian Norman fights. If you do have questions about his opponent might be in for a long night.